Merry Meet and welcome to Psalmic Saturday here at Ariel's Corner. This is Ariel Gatoga and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Deline, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, Deline. Thank you so much, Dre. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. We're going to get right to our psalm, but I just want to remind you that we do have a premiere today at 11 a.m. Pacific time, just over 40 minutes from now. And I sure hope you can join us on YouTube for that, because we do have a good little time in that chat thread. Speaking of chat threads, we have a chat thread open on each one of these streams, both Twitch and YouTube. So please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. And also, if you have any questions for me, you can put them into the chat thread, and I will do my best to get to them before the end of the stream. We did have one question yesterday that came during the at the very, very end of our stream, and I didn't have a chance to get to it. So let me find it. They were looking for a psalm for faith, for increasing their faith. So let me tell you, there is a decent one. Let me see if I can find it. It is Psalm 134. And I have a video that's got Psalm 134 oriented toward faith. So there's that one. So if you're listening, sorry I missed your question yesterday, but there's the answer to it. All right, let's see. We do have a free booklet on Psalm Magic. We actually have two. The main booklet is How to Work Psalm Magic, and you can get that by going to arielgatoga.com/psalmbook. arielgatoga.com. Goodness gracious, this is going to be quite a psalm spell if I can't talk. arielgatoga.com/psalmbook. You can find all of our free booklets on our main website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free the free booklets link in the main menu. And there's another psalm book in there for Psalm 119, which is quite interesting as well. We have a brand new booklet out on how to work the Solomon Pentacles too, which might be interesting to many of you since there's so many psalms that are used in those pentacles. And in that booklet, there's even a list of the psalms for each pentacle. So, all right, let's see. Do I have any other? If you want to give us a donation, okay. You can do that if you are on YouTube by using a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you want to support the channel with a donation. Or you can use our PayPal portal, paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. And I had people wanting to donate in the past that didn't like PayPal. So we have another link on the website, arielscorner.com, in the footer so that you can use other kinds of methods if you feel like giving to the stream. There's Apple Pay, credit cards, all that kind of stuff. So feel free to use those links should you want to support the channel. Another way to support the channel is to go to our shop, arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. You can pick up one of your own copy of one of the psalm books that I work with there, and all kinds of other stuff. And we make a small commission off of each and every sale. It's not very big, but it is a way that you can support the channel. So we do appreciate your support very, very much. I think we're done. Okay, let's get going with this psalm spell. Okay, I'm sorry about that. All this dead air, Ariel. Here we go. Today we are working Psalm 144. In traditional psalm magic, Psalm 144 is frequently utilized to extract good from any situation, and it's interesting that it's also used to heal a broken arm. Today, I want to use Psalm 144 to break through any perceived limitations. So wherever we feel like we have a limitation and that we can't overcome, we can use Psalm 144 to break through that limitation. The way we work Psalm magic is very simple, very effective. And the way we work Psalm magic is very simple and very effective. We take the psalm in question and we read it out loud all the way through once without stopping. We call this an incantation. After we've finished with the incantation, we go back through the psalm and we consider each verse in turn. And while we're considering each verse, we try to dig underneath each word and see if there's some hidden meanings there that make themselves known to us. And those hidden or occult meanings in the psalm are where we can find what we call magic seeds. And those magic seeds are real. And by considering these meanings and digging and finding these occult seeds, these magic seeds, we are planting those seeds in the depths of our mind, which are like fertile ground. And then those seeds take root. They grow. They blossom forth. And then they bear fruit after their kind. And that's exactly what we're going to do together, you and I, right now, with Psalm 144. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight, my goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield and he in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me. Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that thou makest account of him? Man is like to vanity. I'm going to wait for this siren to go by. It's our perceived limitation right there. Man is like to vanity. Let's just take this first one too, this verse 3 again. Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that thou makest account of him? Man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth away. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning, and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows, and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me, and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song unto thee, O God. Upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones polished after the similitude of a palace, that our garners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets, that our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in nor going out, that there be no complaining in our streets. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Lord. All right, so we are taking our limitation in mind now, and we're ready to break through it. So starting out with, blessed be the Lord my strength. Now remember, the Lord, we have to always orient ourselves to the idea that in psalm magic, no matter what it is, whether it's the Lord, which is the tetragrammaton, or God in the Psalms, which is the Elohim, they symbolize for us the one power of the universe. And just because it's one power doesn't mean that there aren't many, many expressions. So people sometimes misunderstand and they think monotheism, it's one God. But to say monotheism and one God is to miss the point. It's the unity and totality of oneness. There is only one source. There's only one substance. There's only one force in the entire universe. And yes, it can be expressed as many different gods, many different goddesses, many different angels, many different ideas and concepts. But there is only one. And the reason it's important to orient ourselves to the fact that there's only one is because then we recognize that one with this one power is a majority. And since there is only one, it cannot be divided because it's infinite. And since it cannot be divided because it's infinite, nothing can go up against us, because nothing can go up against it. And whoever God is for, this one force is for, nothing can be against. And so when we want to break through a limitation, we want to align ourselves with the one force of the entire universe because it cannot fail. So blessed be the Lord, my strength. So we are giving our own benediction to this force. Blessed be this force. Blessed be this strength. Now in the Psalms, strength represents sphere number 5. And sphere number 5 is the warrior. It's Mars. In angel lore, it's Samael. And so it's the breaking through. It's the breaking through of any issue. And that force is unstoppable. Which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. So infinite intelligence will teach you how to break through with whatever it is, whatever limitation you think you have. You don't have to worry about that because you're going to be taught step by step how to overcome it. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield and he in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me. Okay, so this force is all of those things. It's your protection, it's your strength, it's your energy, it's the watcher, it's the one that can give you information, that can deliver you, literally take you up out of limitation and put you into limitlessness. And the one that you trust in. You have all your faith in this power. And since you have your faith in this power rather than your problem, rather than your limitation, nothing can stop you. It says, who subdueth my people under me. Well, who are my people? All people in the Psalms represents your thoughts, the thoughts in your mind. So we want the infinite to subdue all the people under you so that your thoughts are congruent. They are in support of your goal. And this goal happens to be to break through some sort of limitation. Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that thou makest account of him? In the Hebrew, it's talking about Adam. And in this sense, we're not talking about Adam after the separation. So we're talking about the divine child of the infinite. So this is an androgynous being. In that story in Genesis, there's one story in Genesis where what calls itself God in that particular story, which I believe is a hallucination of Adam actually, causes Adam to fall asleep, puts him under anesthetic of some sort, and then rips out the feminine side of him. So that now all of a sudden there's two. Whereas before it was a unity, now there's two. There's a male and a female. And the original Adam was not male and was both male and female and was not separated. And that's who we're talking about here. So it says, man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth away. Now, when man is being a vanity, we're talking about fallen man. We're talking about whether it's and I'm talking about human. So whether it's Adam or Eve, whether it's male or female, it's talking about all of us as humanity. We are fragmented here. We are fallen. And the reason why we are fragmented and fallen is because we are vain. We think that it's up to us to overcome this. We think it's up to us to do everything. We have to do it. Me, 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 me. And it's good news to know that it's not up to us to take care of whatever this limitation is. We don't have to. We don't have to think vainly. See, we don't think of that as vanity, though. We think, well, no, we're just pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps and we're giving it our best try, and we're going to go in there, roll up our sleeves, and we're going to fix this. And that's vanity, because we don't need to fix this, because all of that power is already given us if we but realize we're an extension of the one power, or the Lord as it's called in this psalm. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Okay, so this is poetic. We know that infinite intelligence doesn't have to come down to be with us. We understand that we are already one. But when we say come down, we're talking about show yourself to us even though we are in the separated state where we can't see clearly. And those mountains, which are these problems or this limitation that we're perceiving in us, your presence alone is all that it takes for those mountains to smoke, for those limitations to be dissolved immediately. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Destroy those limitations. And it's so easy for infinite intelligence to destroy what's not there. And that's what those limitations are. They are vain imaginings. That's another part of that vanity of man. It's not so much you're so vain and you're so bad. It's vanity, meaning that I'm thinking things and imagining things all on my own that are separate from the infinite's plan for me. And as I do that, one of those things that I'm imagining vainly is that I'm so limited. And we're understanding that with infinite intelligence working as a co-creator with us, that we are not limited, and that those big limitations can smoke and be destroyed by lightning and be scattered and have arrows shot at them from infinite intelligence. Those are all poetic, ancient images of how silly our ideas are, how silly our ideas of limitation are when we see them from the point of view of the infinite. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children. Now it's talking about strange children a couple of times. It repeats itself in a minute too. Strange children, strange and unusual doctrines, strange and unusual ideas that are born out of misperceptions. So all of these things that we come up with about what we need to do in order to free ourselves from a limitation. We can give ourselves recipes all the time. I see it all the time online. Oh, what you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and you have to do that. And there's all these recipes that we're giving ourselves as to what we can do, what we can come up with to overcome this limitation. Those are strange children. And they're very strange indeed, because how in the world are we going to expect the formulas that we come up with as separated people to overcome the things which were created by the separated mind? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're the problem when you're coming from that separated self, so you can't be the solution because you don't understand what's going on. You have to reach outside of the thought system. So instead of going to strange children for your salvation, you go to the source for your salvation. And salvation simply means the solving of the problem or the breaking through of this limitation. Whose mouth speaketh vanity, those are the vain thoughts again, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. So that's the ego mind. The ego mind is full of strange children whose mouth speaks of vanity, and the right hand is the right hand of falsehood. The right hand in the Psalms is a hand of war. And this is somewhat of a warrior psalm here. So it's talking about how the ego wars against us by speaking vainly and destroying our idea of what's true by scattering our minds with falsehoods. And then we believe in those falsehoods. We take those falsehoods and we try to add things up from within the falsehoods to give ourselves recipes for getting out of the falsehood. And then we wonder why we get so frustrated. And it's saying that we don't need to do that. In fact, it's a vain thing to do that. You're working in vain when you do that. Instead, you need to turn away completely from the thought system that is creating this idea of limitation and allow infinite intelligence to do its will through you. And that's where it's talking about here in verse 9, I will sing a new song unto thee, O God, upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I praise unto thee. So there's a lot of ways you can look at this, but one of the best ways for me when I'm dealing with trying to break free from a limitation is, first of all, I want to sing a new song. I don't want to sing the same old song. I've been singing this song all my life. I'm done with this song. I'm sick of this song. This song is not the kind of earworm I want. I want a new song. And the song I'm going to sing to infinite intelligence is, you know what to do. I trust you. You know that I'm going through this and you have the solution, and you've been waiting for me to give you permission so that I work with you rather than against you. Here I am. That's my new song, those kinds of songs. And I'm going to sing that all day long, and I'm going to sing it upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings. An instrument of 10 strings can be so many things, but my favorite thing is that it's talking about your 10 fingers. Everything you do and everything that comes out of your mouth is going to be reminding you and in service of reorienting you to infinite intelligence's will for you, that the infinite is breaking through this limitation for you, and that you don't need to come up with the idea of how to do it. Because if you already knew how to do it, you would have done it. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. So infinite intelligence gives salvation unto kings. Kings are everybody that's got power in the world, who seems to be powerful. Look around you and see people who don't appear to have the limitations that you perceive that you have. Those people don't have those limitations only because infinite intelligence is working through them. Otherwise they'd be in the same boat. So use them as your inspiration, but realize they're not doing that for themselves, or they would be in the same boat as you. So anybody that appears to be limitless in regards to whatever situation you're finding yourself in, let them be an inspiration to you that if they can do it, so can you. Whatever infinite intelligence did for them, infinite intelligence will do for you if you but allow it. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. David is your own heart chakra. David is your own ability to love infinite intelligence and to work for infinite intelligence and to serve infinite intelligence. And when you do that, the hurtful sword, the problems that you have, evaporate because infinite intelligence takes care of you, because you're doing what you're here to do. You're using your mind, you're using your body, you're using your intentions for things that are holy. And when you reorient yourself toward working for infinite intelligence and doing for infinite intelligence what is infinite intelligence's will for you, then you have that sort of a feedback loop where good begets good, begets good, begets good, begets good. Now think in terms of David not as a person in history, but as a character. And the story of the character is that David was a king and wrote all these psalms. Now, if you look in the Bible, David was not perfect. David messed up more than didn't, but was so committed and so single-minded as far as getting his work done that infinite intelligence just glommed onto that and lifted him out of all of those problems, regardless of the fact that he wasn't a perfect person. And that's who you are. To the degree that you're willing to dedicate your life to infinite intelligence's purpose for you, and only you and infinite intelligence can decide what that looks like. But if you're working for infinite intelligence rather than for yourself, rather than for your ego, rather than trying to scheme and try to manipulate and try to figure stuff out for yourself, all of these limitations will be broken through for you, regardless of the fact that you make mistake upon mistake upon mistake upon mistake. Welcome to the club. Even David in the Bible, who's supposedly such a great and glorious king, made a lot of mistakes. Right? So you don't have to wait till you're perfect for this limitation to be broken through for you. Infinite intelligence doesn't give one toss about your so-called imperfections. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children whose mouth speaketh vanity. That's a repeat. And their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones polished after the similitude of a palace. The sons and daughters are your thoughts, are your babies, are your projects, are the reasons why you want to break through this limitation. You've got things that you want to do. You've got things that you want to be. You've got things that you want to have. And infinite intelligence wants you to have all those things. We're calling those things in this particular time, in this particular psalm today, we are I'm going to repeat that. We are calling those particular things in this psalm today your sons and daughters, your children. And we are asking that all of those goals, all of those ideas, all of those plans that you have be like plants grown up, all ready to bring you harvest after harvest after harvest, like cornerstones of a temple, polished for your own palace. Think about that. This is one of those royal psalms. It says you are living. You're going to live in a palace as a member of royalty, and all of your children, your thoughts, are going to make sure that your palace is beautiful and that your crops and that all of your crops are fertile, that all of the parts of your kingdom bring you more and more and more of whatever it is that you're looking for, that you're feeling limitation is holding you back from. That our garners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets. Just put that into terms of what a modern day prosperity might look like. Maybe that's thousands and 10,000s of dollars in your account, or thousands and 10,000s of followers on your social media. Whatever it is that you feel like you can't break through that represents prosperity for you, infinite intelligence wants you to have those things. And then some. I'm not saying, oh no, you can't have what you want here. You can only, live like a monk. And in order to show your love for me, you have to live this austere life. That's not true at all. Infinite intelligence wants you to have whatever it is that's going to make you happy, as long as you understand that those things are expressions of the infinite and not separate from the infinite. That our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in or going out, that there be no complaining in our streets. So all of your prosperity is going to be strong. All of it's going to be safe, and you're not going to have anything to complain about. Isn't that wonderful? Because all of these limitations are completely broken through, because infinite intelligence wants that for you. A lot of people say, well, if it's infinite intelligence's will, then how come I have to go through all this? Well, first of all, you don't have to go through it, but infinite intelligence, as you know, won't go against your will. And you can use your mind any way you want to. And if you are using your mind to ruminate over how limited you are, then that's going to have to be where you stay until you're willing to open your mind to being healed, to looking at things in a new way, a different way, to sing that new song that it talked about, and to allow the right hand of infinite intelligence to destroy all of those things for you, which is infinite intelligence's will. But infinite intelligence's primary will is that you be free. And so any other will has to be put on hold until your will becomes one with infinite intelligence's will. As long as your will is going against infinite intelligence, everything's on hold. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Lord. So you're happy, your people are your thoughts, and all of your life, all parts of your life are going to be happy, and you're going to have this breakthrough to the degree that you are willing to look to the infinite to solve the problem for you, rather than thinking that you need to be smart enough to know how to solve it yourself. So it's not a slight to you that you don't know how to solve this problem. It's just good news. The reason why it's not working is because you're looking in the wrong place. And so now you know, oh, I see. The only reason I can't figure this out is because I'm stuck in the thought system that is the problem. So if I reach outside of this thought system for help from infinite intelligence, then I can be taught, then I can be shown, and things can break through for me, and I can be happy. And so we just keep coming back to the same psalm every single day and work on it every single day until we get a sense of peace and certainty that whatever this problem is being taken care of. And once we get that sense of peace and certainty that, oh, I feel good about this now, then you don't have to work on it anymore. It's a sign to you from your deep mind that your spell has taken. And when your spell has taken, that means that you can move off of it and you can do something else. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Until next time, blessed be. And it does not look like we have any questions, so I hope that you can join us in 10 minutes over on YouTube for our premiere. We also have a premiere tomorrow after our stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific as well, so it's premiere weekend for us, so I hope that you can join us for both of those things. And I also hope you can join us for tomorrow's stream, which will be a live stream lecture. And then remember, we are off on Mondays. Thank you so very much for being here, and thank you to the amazing moderators, Deline and Dre, and we will see everybody at the premiere. Blessed be.